Welcome to Midcard Maniacs, I'm Jay.
And I'm John.
And today we're talking about the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, going all elite. Yeah. This was likely one of the biggest shocks from Double or Nothing. Mark Henry joining AEW, who will be an analyst for their upcoming show Rampage, which kicks off in August, much like Paul Wight does with Elevation, I would imagine. But on a recent episode of Dynamite, I think he did more than hint at saying that he'll be in the ring as well, which is awesome. I mean, Tony Schiavone was like, look at how good you look. And he's like, oh, I got lots in the tank. Let's go. The big elephant in the room. Are we going to get Big Show versus Mark Henry?
It would be a fun time to see it. It all depends on what Shaq's up to because, you got to throw him into the mix because he's no stranger to an AEW ring. I think we will get it at some point. They are friends. They're very good friends. And of course, they would work well together in the ring. And people, I don't think, would be upset if Mark Henry and Big Show had a match.
Yeah, even if it's a short 10-minute match because they're big men, they're not lasting a ton. It doesn't put too much strain on either of them. If Big Show's probably in the best shape of his life, but I don't know how agile he still is, Yeah. But I can see Mark Henry being able to pick him up still. We need the world's strongest slam on the Big Show.
And what would be funny? This is what the storyline could be. How you have the classic show feuds. So you have Paul Wight on Elevation and you have Mark Henry on Rampage and they just start talking smack with each other, and that's where it's they have this rivalry match. They're like, oh, you were saying that about my show? Well, you're saying that about my show? I'll see you in the ring at Full Gear.
That would be actually awesome, and Full Gear would be a great time to do it because that's actually gives them a couple months leeway to build it, and that feud could even start before Rampage kicks off. If he drops some stuff on Busted Open, just shooting on Big Show, he could do it. It's one of the best wrestling podcasts out there alongside Bubba Ray and Dave LaGreca. I think it would be awesome. Then it's one of those, is this a work? Is this a shoot? What's going on? There can only be one big man here. There can only be one big man that's a Hall of Famer here. There's a lot of animosity that could, obviously come. They're both really nice guys, which would be tough to choose who I'd want to win, to be honest.
So outside of that potential feud, the dream that I want to see happen with Mark Henry's character is we are getting the fall apart of Team Taz. Henry needs to work with Will Hobbs. Manager, tag partner, I could care less, but imagine seeing Henry and Hobbs come down in the ring. Who's gonna beat them?
And throw the Acclaimed in the other corner and get destroyed, idiots. That would be the best.
Not only that, cue picture, Henry and Hobbs taking on the Young Bucks. Those two would sell unbelievably so well for Henry and Hobbs. Flipping around, overselling everything, but it would look great.
And be the only guys to ever no-sell super kicks. You're not super kicking Henry. I mean, I'm sure it's been done in the past. Can you just picture both of them just taking super kicks to the chin or chest, just smacking them? I think that would be hilarious and great. It's just it's nice to get some bigger boys in the business. I mean, obviously they just signed Bear Country. They're getting a lot of bigger people in here, but Mark Henry with Hobbs would be awesome.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it'll have the Darby and Sting effect, where Hobbs can carry most of the workload, but when they have a tag match, they would easily destroy the division to get to that number one ranking. It would be believable. I would gladly welcome him as a tag champion with Will Hobbs.
It's a good way to get the young guys over, and that's kind of what AEW is really good at, except Dustin Rhodes, who refuses to. And if he doesn't even go in the ring, he's gonna do a good job. Very similar, I would imagine, to Taz, and even just how Paul Wight's doing it on Elevation. Their insight in the business is unmatched because they've been in it for so long. They know the ins and outs. They've helped train people. They know everything. So just hearing the insight of how a move is done, how that affects people, and just little insight into the moves. I think Mark Henry would be great there. I mean, he's a good talker in general, so I can't wait to hear him all the time.
And you know what? I just thought of this right now. It shouldn't happen, but I would love to see it because it would probably be the most entertaining thing ever. The Dark Order with Mark Henry, but not just the Dark Order. Okay, you get the whole being the elite with the Dark Order building up to this. John Silver versus Mark Henry because the Dark Order likes to like bring up and poke fun of like old gimmicks in that, like they did with like Seven and Dustin Rhodes. I want to see Johnny Hungy for sexual chocolate. Just that delivery right there.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna make Dynamite, but on Being the Elite, that would be great. Sexual chocolate, oh my god.
Just picture like Johnny Hungy for some sexual chocolate.
I can definitely see that. I can see them at some point doing like a weightlifting competition or something like that where he wants to try and prove himself, and maybe even just showing how he's such a beast. That's an easy way to put over John Silver without even having a match. Is just like allow him to bench press more.
Yeah, like he is the muscle. Like that's the thing.
He's the second strongest man or something.
Like that's when you lead up to like Mark Henry's like, okay, you want to go against me and Hobbs? Let's see what you got. Brian Cage teams with like John Silver, and you just got all these muscly men just like.
I don't think I could handle it. I don't think the internet's ready for that. Too much hunky boys. What do you think Mark Henry's gonna get up to? Are you stoked that he's all elite? Let us know in the comments. Like this video, and if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything here on Midcard Maniacs.